All right, we're hot. Augmented volts, AV leads, also known for creating using the 4 limb electrodes. So leads such as AVR, AVL, AVF are created by combining 2 of the limb leads together in order to create a pole itself. So it's using both of these limb leads. What is the difference between this one and this one? Okay, that's going to be AVR. Just like this one, from negative to positive, AVL here, it's taking the difference between this one and this one, AVL. And then using your 2 top leads here, so it's the difference between this lead and this lead is in the middle, going straight down. So those are your augmented leads. I have 4 minutes of video. I might as well not even, all right, whatever. If you're performing continuous cardiac monitoring, then place 4 electrodes on the patient's torso, not the limbs, on the torso for cardiac monitoring. White, yeah, we know where they go. All right. If you're using a 12 lead, place 4 electrodes on the wrist. Okay, so yeah, if we're constantly monitoring a person, like I said, cardiac monitoring, then we are going to use the torso. But if we are doing a 12 lead, we're going to take those from the torso, we're going to put them on the limbs. We're going to take an entire 12 lead. And also you want them, you want them on the wrists and you want them on the ankles. Don't put them on the bone, put them next to the muscles. Precordial leads are in the heart, the view of the horizontal plane. So the precordial leads, V1 through V6, are unipolar. Calculate a point known as Wilson's central terminal. Wilson's central terminal is created by bisecting limb leads in Itomen's triangle. Okay, so this is the plane of the heart. So Wilson's terminal, you have lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. Generally, electricity in the heart is always going to point in this direction. When it doesn't point in this direction, we know something's wrong. We'll talk about that in other videos, but here we have the augmented lead for Wilson's terminal, and it's detecting from AVR, AVL, AVF. AVF is the only one that goes straight down. And then 1 goes from right to left. So straight down AVF, and lead 1 goes right to left. Now your precordial leads are V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. And then you can even put them on the back. I haven't had any calls. I think I've had 2 calls where I've put them on the back just to see if there's any ischemia or infarction happening on the back, any other weird cardiac activity. So you could do 7, 8, 9, I think it goes up to 9. Electrode placement, so your V2 is what we use as the interpretive lead. It's how we're going to set the rest of them compared to electrical activity on V2. That's how we determine what the rhythm is. We're looking at V2. V3 is generally the direction that most electricity is firing, which is why it is the biggest spike that happens. Okay, so whatever you're putting on your leads, obviously smoke over fire, clouds over grass. They also have them on it, so it makes it easy. But you're gonna put lead 1, lead 2, just like this at the midclavicular line. V1 and V2, so we want to view the septum. Lead V3 and V4 look at the anterior wall of the left ventricle. V5 and V6 view the lateral wall of the heart, left ventricle. I just want to make sure I'm not jumping ahead. So it's critical that the leads are placed consistently. So you want to get good at this, just knowing where they're going to go. So the 4th intercostal space, right? Like you're at your clavicle, this is where you can feel your intercostal space in between each rib. So, people work out and it's hard to feel. You don't want to feel down the middle because there's pectoral muscle there. Same as here, there's a lot of muscle here. So you want to feel as close as you can to the clavicle line, work your way down. Okay, I feel a rib. Go a little bit down. Okay, I feel a rib. That's another intercostal space. Okay, keep going down. Boom, I'm at 4th intercostal space. This is where my V1 is going and V2. 4th intercostal space to the left of the sternum and right of the sternum. So these are going to be symmetrical. V3 goes directly between V2 and V4. So that means let's go and jump to V4. The fifth intercostal space to the left of the midclavicular line. So that's gonna go, I'm on the completely wrong side of the heart. Yeah, right down here. This is your fifth intercostal space. So you're gonna put it there. And then V3 is gonna go between V2 and V4, so right there. Then we'll jump straight to V6 again. So this is at the left mid-axillary line. So this is my mid-axillary line. This is where V6 goes on the left side. And then between V4 and V6 is where you put V5. We'll stop there because I'm out of memory.